Dear ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. Greetings of the day. I, Shailja Gupta, Company Secretary of Manaksha Coated Metals and Industries Limited, welcome you all to the 11th Annual General Meeting of the company. I hope that you and your family are doing well and all your loved ones are safe and in good health too. Praying that we all emerge out of this unprecedented situation as soon as possible and with good health. Now, I would like to inform you that in view of the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic, taking into consideration the social distancing norms and restrictions on movement of persons at several places in the country, and pursuant to General Circulars number 14 by 2020, 17 by 2020, 20 by 2020, and 2 by 2021, dated April 8, 2020, April 13, 2020, May 5th, 2020, and January 13, 2021, respectively, collectively referred to as MCA circulars, issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, MCA, read with SEBI circular number SEBI oblique HO oblique CFD oblique CMD1 oblique CIR oblique P oblique 2020 oblique 79 and SEBI oblique HO oblique CFD oblique CMD2 oblique CIR oblique P oblique 2021 oblique 2011, dated May 12, 2021 and January 15, 2021, respectively, issued by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI circular, permitted the holding of annual general meeting, AGM, through video conferencing, oblique OA, audio visual mode, without the physical presence of the members. In compliance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, the Act and the rules made thereunder, SEBI Listing Obligations and Disclosure Requirement Regulations 2015, Listing Regulations, MCA Circular, and SEBI Circular are amended. The AGM of the company is being held through VC oblique OAVM, which does not require physical presence of the member at a common venue. Thereby, members attending this AGM through VC oblique OAVM shall be counted for the purpose of reckoning the quorum under Section 103 of the Act. Further, I would like to inform you that in compliance with the above mentioned provisions, the notice of the annual general meeting and the annual report have been emailed only to those members whose email ID are registered with the company public depository participants as on the cutoff date, that is 27th August 2021. The notice dated 11th August 2021 along with the annual report is also made available on the company's website of the stock exchanges where the shares of the company are listed, that is National Stock Exchange of India Limited and BSE Limited, and on the website of NSDL respectively. Now, I would also like to inform that the register of directors and key managerial personnel and their shareholding maintained under Section 170 of the Act, the register of contracts or arrangements in which the directors are interested, maintained under Section 189 of the Act, and the relevant documents referred to in the notice is kept open and accessible electronically for inspection by the members during the continuance of the meeting and on the website of the company. Of Section 10 has provided the remote e-voting facilities through NSDL to all the shareholders of the company as on the cutoff date of 17 September 2021 to cast their vote electronically from 9 a.m. Monday 20th September 2021 to 5 p.m. Thursday 23rd September 2021. Those members who are present in the meeting through VC oblique OAVM facility and have not casted their vote on the resolution through e-voting and are otherwise not barred from doing so can vote through e-voting system during the continuance of the meeting. All the members who have joined this meeting has been kept muted by default to avoid any background noise and to ensure smooth conduct of the proceedings of the AGM. Once the question answer session starts, the names of the shareholders will be announced in sequence who have registered themselves as a speaker to enable them to speak at the meeting. The speaker shareholders thereafter will be unmuted to speak. In order to give fair chance to all the registered speaker, we request you to complete your speech within maximum 2 to 3 minutes of time. The speaker who faces problem to join through video, they can speak through audio mode only. If there is a connection error at speaker's end, the next shareholder waiting in a queue will be asked to join, and once connectivity improves and time permit, the earlier shareholder will be given a chance to complete his or her speech. The shareholders who has raised their queries on mail upon consideration and on relevancy of the queries shall also will be responded will all other queries. Now, I would like to inform you that Mr. Ajay Kumar Chakravarti, chairman of the company, has expressed his unavailability to join the meeting due to health reasons. Mr. Ajay Kumar Chakravarti, chairman of the audit committee, has also authorized Ms. Gargi Singh, independent director and member of the audit committee, to represent him in this meeting. Therefore, the board of directors has mutually elected Mr. Sushil Kumar Agarwal, managing director of the company, to chair this meeting. Now I request Mr. Sushil Kumar Agarwal, chairman of the meeting, to take forward the proceedings of the meeting. Thank you.
My dear fellow shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar and good evening. I express my gratitude towards the members of the board for electing me as the chairman for this meeting in absence of Mr. Ajay Kumar Chakravarti. I extend a heartiest welcome to all of you at the 11th annual general meeting of your company and express my thanks for your presence and participation. We meet virtually today given the extraordinary circumstances. I, Sushil Kumar Agarwal, Managing Director of the company, attending this meeting from Hyderabad. On behalf of the board, I also welcome other members of the board and would like to introduce them. Mr. Karan Agrawal, whole-time director of the company, attending this meeting from Hyderabad. Mr. Aniruddha Gua, whole-time director of the company, attending meeting from Kolkata. Mr. Devashish Banerjee, whole-time director of the company, attending meeting from Kolkata. Mr. Sunil Kumar Agarwal, non-executive director of the company, attending meeting from Kolkata. Mr. Mahavir Prasad Agarwal, non-executive director of the company, attending meeting from Kolkata. Mr. Siddharth Shankar Roy, non-executive independent director of the company and chairman of Nomination and Remuneration Committee and Stakeholders Relationship Committee, attending this meeting from Kolkata. Ms. Gargi Singh, non-executive independent director of the company, attending meeting from Kolkata. I also welcome Mr. Rajendra Kumar Lodhi, Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. Mahendra Kumar Bang, Chief Financial Officer of the company, who has joined this meeting from Hyderabad. Other attendees are Mr. Ankit Santhalia, partner of Messrs. S. Bhalodia and Associates, statutory auditors, and Mr. Asit Kumar Labh from AK Labh and Company, secretarial auditor and scrutinizer for this meeting. As per the confirmation provided by the company secretary, it is placed on record that requisite quorum of the conducting the meeting is present. As the requisite quorum is present, the meeting is declared as open. Now, my dear shareholders and colleagues, I would like to share with you highlights and performance of the company for the year 2020-21, and the prospects for the future growth along with current scenario. The financial year 2020-21 began with an onslaught raging with pandemic COVID-19 and near stoppages of industrial activities, vis-a-vis consecutive lockdowns necessitated out of priorities of saving lives and controlling the spread. COVID-19 impacted lives and livelihood worldwide, being one of the worst economic and humanitarian crises. However, in the latter half of the calendar year 2020, with slowing down the infections and virus appearing less virulent, restrictions were eased down globally. I take this opportunity to thank various government agencies for their swift action and support. I also take this opportunity to express my sincere, heartfelt appreciation for our doctors, other medical and healthcare workers, and other officials who endured every hardship for fight this formidable crisis. With cases now declining in all states and aggressive vaccine rollout gaining pace, we sincerely wish and pray that the worst is over. We look forward to better days and gradual return to normalcy. Your company had also taken strict measures, precautions at their manufacturing facilities and offices for prevention of infection and have implemented strict measures as notified by relevant administrative and government authorities. Whereas the first quarter of the financial year under review, 2020-21, was distressing due to lockdowns. Towards the latter half of the fiscal year, the commodity prices increased sharply, and this helped us to register enhanced sales, volumes, and profits. Our exports grew considerably amid increased demand for coated steels in the global markets, and we could not only made up the shortfall arising out of essential lockdown in the first quarter, but registered significant growth in all subsequent quarters. We expect demand to further rise as government increases its spending on infrastructure and focuses on Make in India initiative. Major policy initiatives by Government of India under PLI scheme would also help boost and recover the economy further. Renewed thrust was put to revive agricultural growth and MSME sector. Increased steel demand from sectors including infrastructure, real estate, oil and gas, automotive will drive the growth of the industry. Now I will highlight about the business sector of the company. The major business of the company is manufacturing of galvanized steel sheets and coils and pre-painted coils and sheets. The company is also engaged in manufacture of household products such as ultramarine blue powder and domestic insecticides in form of mosquito repellent coils. I shall now highlight performance of the company during the last financial year. During the year under review, 2020-21, the revenue of the company stood at rupees 445.78 crores as compared to rupees 245.85 crores during the previous year of 2019-20. This has given a registering a remarkable growth of 81.32% year on year. The company earned a net profit of rupees 645.22 lakhs during the year under review as compared to rupees 487.89 lakhs during the year ended as on March 31st, 2020. Dear shareholders, I'm extremely happy to inform you that Board of Directors of the company have recommended final dividend of 3% per equity share of rupees 1 each for financial year ended as on 31st March 2021. This is subject to approval by shareholders at the 11th Annual General Meeting. Your company has also aggressively implemented cost control measures and reduced costs with stringent control on process wastages, inventory management, better capacity utilization, and effective procurement policy. Strict negotiations for material sourcing helped us to improve operational performance and efficiency. The year 2020-21 was a year of challenge due to increased uncertainty in the global economy and a broad-based slowdown in the manufacturing and global trade activities. Nevertheless, we faced these challenges, and the year 2020-21 turned out to be a year of considerable progress with increased turnover and higher profitability. As we all are aware that India's economy had severely affected during the year 2020-21, and GDP had contracted by over 7% for the year. However, various fiscal and monetary measures undertaken by the government and Reserve Bank of India helped us to restore the positivity. Government's push for infrastructure development helped increase demand of steel and other commodities. A pro-growth union budget would help restore confidence and growth of the Indian industry. Our major thrust during the year was to ensure increased capacity utilization for our galvanizing line. I am extremely happy to inform that we have increased our production of galvanized sheets and coils by almost 100% by over last year's production during 2019-20. We have also focused on increasing our export sales and supplies to OEM buyers in the Indian market. I'm extremely happy to inform you that our exports constituted almost 30% of our total sales during the year under review, and continuing with the record. We are continuing this trend as we have achieved export sales of approx 80% of our turnover during the current fiscal year. There has been a steady increase in supplies to OEM buyers, and this has helped us immensely in increasing sales through value addition. Our brand Zingalvo is well established in trade with OEM buyers for galvanized sheets and coils, and for the color-coated products, we have our brand Color Strong, which is very popular with OEM and overseas buyers. Increased production of galvanized coils has helped us to ensure that we could feed internally our captive requirement of galvanized coils for color coating line. We are now no more dependent on outside sources for GP coils and are self-sufficient to feed our color coating line. I am very happy to inform you that as per increased market requirement of color coated coils, we have upgraded our existing color coating line during the current year and have enhanced our capacity by additional 50%. Our overall emphasis is on increased exports of galvanized and color-coated coils and production of value-added steel products like galvanized steel coil sheets, pre-painted steel coils for major OEM market segment. We are striving hard to achieve this as we aspire for value addition through proper technology and R&D. The markets for galvanized steel sheets have shown a consistent growth in India and a good demand exists for these products. During the year under review, demand from overseas markets for galvanized steel sheets and coils increased significantly. The robust export sales have contributed remarkably in our overall revenue growth of the company. Use of pre-printed galvanized steel sheets and coils continues to receive much wider attention and acceptance from sectors which include pre-engineering building manufacturers, cold storage facilities, automotive and appliance sectors. Apart from these uses, new applications for our products are emerging for interiors, doors and windows, furniture and allied sectors. Galvanized and pre-painted steel products are gradually phasing out other roofing and siding materials in construction sector. Increased consumer awareness for a better quality product in terms of durability, healthy atmosphere and higher aesthetics has led to pre-painted steel products replacing conventional building materials like asbestos and other fiber-based products. With an ever-increasing awareness of global warming, your company is also largely using cleaner fuels in its operation. The modernization done at Kutch plant has increasingly helped us using mainly propane or LPG gases, which are one of the cleanest fuel available today. We have completely eliminated uses of heavy fuels at our manufacturing plants. The advantage of being in close proximity of Mundra and Kandla port in Gujarat has helped us immensely in stabilizing our export markets. The coastal services available from Mundra port continues to help us to overcome the logistic issues in accessing the markets in southern India more economically. Now, I would like to brief about our operations under FMCG sector. Manaksha has been manufacturing mosquito repellent coils for Reckitt Benckiser India, Godrej Consumer Products under their respective brand names since many years. With better electrification and other options available and steady conversion of users to vaporizers, the mosquito coil markets have seen a decline in last few years. Your company is trying to further tap into existing domestic and export markets by promoting its own brand of mosquito repellent coils as Mansa. Your company has also started a new initiative of manufacturing ultramarine blue powder under brand name of Robin Blue at our Bhopal unit. This is under contract manufacturing arrangement with Reckitt Benckiser India. We are operating this plant on a regular basis with adequate capacity utilization. We are also contemplating manufacturing more products under FMCG sector. Like any other company, even our company is, however, exposed to market risks, global trade wars, and natural calamities. These risks are continually mitigated by careful planning, proactive thinking, proper product mix, innovative and penetration in different markets for both domestic and international. Effective treasury management and cost-saving measures across all segments have helped us, has also helped the company in improving its margins. COVID-19 pandemic has brought an unprecedented amount of challenges. Notwithstanding the crisis, the measures announced by Government of India to revive growth would help economy tide over the crisis in due course. We are positive and look at the future with all optimism. We are much confident of performing even much better in financial year 2021-22 as compared to the year under review, which is 2020-21. As we set our goals for a brighter future, on behalf of the board of the company, I convey our deep share of appreciation and gratitude to all our business associates, the central and state governments, our bankers, and all our stakeholders for their consistent support. We sincerely appreciate the invaluable commitment of all our employees towards the growth of the company. In the most difficult times of COVID-19, all our employees, everyone in the company, have worked very hard and took necessary precautions and have run the operations successfully. I also express my sincere thanks to all board members, the chairman, and all my colleagues for their valuable guidance and contribution in our growth journey. Lastly, from core of my heart, I thank all our shareholders across the country for their unstinted support and for reposing confidence in us. I wish each one of you a very happy, safe, healthy life with my personal greetings for Puja and Diwali festivals. Thank you. Now, I request Mr. Karan Agarwal, whole-time director of the company, to address the shareholders regarding the current performance and future outlook of the company, followed by the speech from Mr. Rajendra Kumar Lodhi, Chief Executive Officer of the company, regarding industry scenario and its potential. Over to Karan Agarwal.
Dear shareholders, a very good evening to all of you. As you have already heard from our Managing Director about the significant growth demonstrated by the company in the financial year 21, I would like to speak more about the strategies adopted by us, which helped us achieve these numbers, as well as our plans for future growth. Financial year 2020-21 was the most challenging year that the company has faced in terms of unpredictability of markets, demand, liquidity concerns, along with uncertainty of operations and logistics. The only way we could tackle such a volatile situation and yet keep growing was only by remaining nimble and being quick in decision making. Foresight and planned growth in exports was a big contributor to success in FY21 and enabled us to overcome the unprecedented challenges of lockdowns in India. With consistent efforts, we have now been able to make long-term customers in the European market with a diverse customer base in the Mediterranean and Eastern regions of the European continent. Schemes and solutions offered by the Finance Ministry, RBI, and the banking community of the country played an immensely important role in stabilizing the economy post-lockdown and in energizing the demand by various measures of liquidity infusion to corporates and individuals, which helped in getting the GDP back on track. We continue to focus on exports for the current fiscal as well, in order to combat the lackluster demand in the domestic market. Catering to niche markets and niche product segments remains our priority in order to compete in the market space and to improve the bottom line of the company. With a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility at Kutch, Gujarat, we are targeting to produce an increased share of high value-added products for premium and innovative end users such as metal ceilings, dish antennas, bus bodies, fan blades, cold rooms, metal doors, air conditioning and refrigeration, safes and locker manufacturing. These segments require extremely high quality finished products that our company is capable of producing, and they offer premium prices and higher margins to the company and would help in increasing profitability. After setting a good growth benchmark in FY21, our target is to meet similar growth in the current financial year as well, and the management of the company is putting in all required efforts to achieve targeted capacity utilization by efficiently arranging working capital resources and by maximizing profitability through strictly monitored procurement and sales. With continued support and efforts from our banking partners, customers, suppliers, and hardworking employees, we are confident of achieving robust growth in top line and bottom line as per expectation of our dear shareholders and as per the vision of the management. I would like to thank you for attending this meeting and supporting the efforts of the company. Wish you a very happy Puja and Diwali in advance. Now I request Mr. Rajendra Kumar Lodhi, Chief Executive Officer of the company, to address the shareholders and speak about industry scenario and its potential.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first start by expressing my sincere gratitude to our shareholders, employees, bankers, customers, suppliers, and all other stakeholders for their contribution, hard work, and support, which helped us to achieve best ever performance during FY21. Today, I am presenting highlights of current industry scenario and its potential, which bring in new opportunities to your company. The Indian government is targeting a $5 trillion economy by fiscal 2025, and in which the steel industry is definitely going to play a huge role. The industry's fortunes look bright despite the recent turbulence due to COVID-19 pandemic. As the country transitions into economic powerhouse, steel demand is poised to log a compounded annual growth rate of 7 to 7.5% between fiscal 2022 and 2025. There are four major steel demand segments. First, building and construction segment. Second, infrastructure segment. Third, engineering and packaging. And the fourth one is automobile. The building, construction, and infrastructure segments are very important and critical for your company, not because they account a share of 60 to 65% of total steel demand, but also because your company's coated products are widely used in these segments. Hence, it is imperative that we must have insight of these critical demand segments. The key demand drivers for building and construction are growing population, rapid urbanization, and increase in nuclear families, which are going to drive incremental demand for housing over the long run. Indian government initiatives on housing front through Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana for urban and rural areas will drive steel demand growth. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin has targeted to construct 29.5 million houses and with all basic amenities. And Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban is targeting 11.2 million units. Similarly, key demand drivers for infrastructure segment are roads, railways, urban infra, irrigation, and power and other infrastructure. Indian government is giving much emphasis to this sector through many initiatives. The top 5 major initiatives are Bharatmala to construct 83,000 kilometers roads to connect India, thereby creating a vast demand for steel to the extent of 20 million tons. Second is Sagarmala initiative, which has over 577 projects for port modernization and their connectivity. It will create a steel demand of 15 million tons approximately. The third one is freight corridors. 2 dedicated freight corridors are planned for better and faster movement of goods under Indian Railways. It will create a steel demand of 6 to 7 million tons. Then Jal Jeevan, to provide safe drinking water to all rural households, creating a steel demand of 11 to 13 million tons. Then fifth one is the UDAN, objective of which is to build 100 new airports. It will create a steel demand of 9 million tons approximately. Various key emerging trends and opportunities are being witnessed in these two critical demand segments. Healthy growth in building and infrastructure construction presents a good opportunity for healthy steel demand growth. But over and above that, several other potential factors in building and construction will boost steel intensity as well as its application, driving 6 to 7% growth per annum for next 5 years. Over the medium to long term, we expect to see several new trends that augur well for steel demand, particularly for your company's coated products. Shift to steel-based structure, metal roofing, and pre-engineered buildings are some of the key trends that will benefit your company. Emphasis on roofing, especially in rural areas, hold high opportunity for unlocking demand for coated steel. Given that in India, close to 32% of urban houses and 66% of rural houses are reported to have roofs made up of clay, tiles, burned bricks, stones, etc. Conversion of these houses to metal roofing alone translate to potential demand of 10 to 15 million tons of coated steel. The emerging trend of PEB-based structures instead of traditional RCC-based will boost steel intensity as majority of its components are made up of coated steel. Looking at the above plethora of opportunities, the management strongly feels that your company is well poised to deliver even a better performance in the coming years. And now I thank you, and may I request Chairman of the meeting to proceed with the meeting further.
Thank you. Thank you, Dodi sir. Since the annual report of the company is being with you, I consider the director's report, financial statements, and the auditor's report thereon, notice dated 11th August 2021, along with explanatory statement as read. Now I request Shailaja Gupta, Company Secretary, to briefly read out the businesses as set out in the notice.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. The agenda as set out in the notice are as follows. Ordinary business as set out in the notice is 1A, to consider and adopt the annual audited standalone financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2021 and the reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon. 1B is to consider and adopt the annual audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2021 and the report of auditors thereon. 2. To declare final dividend for the financial year ended 31st March 2021. 3. To appoint a director in place of Mr. Anirudh Agarwal, DIN 06537905, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. Number 4. To appoint a director in place of Mr. Mahabir Prasad Agarwal, DIN 0055-24341, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. Special businesses as set out in the notice is number 5. To appoint Mr. Anirudh Agarwal, DIN 06537905, as the whole-time director of the company for a period of 3 years with effect from 17th November 2020. 6. To pay remuneration to Mr. Ajay Kumar Chakravarti, DIN 00133604, non-executive independent director of the company with effect from 1st August 2021. 7. To pay remuneration to Mr. Siddharth Sankar Roy, DIN 084-58092, non-executive independent director of the company with effect from 1st August 2021. 8. To pay remuneration to Ms. Gargi Singh, DIN 084-58152, non-executive independent director of the company with effect from 1st August 2021. 9. To ratify the remuneration of cost auditors for the financial year ended 2021-22. Now I request Chairman to proceed further with the meeting.
Thank you, the Secretary, Shailaja Gupta. The shareholders in sequence order as their name will be called out to raise their queries. The detailed explanation regarding question and answer session has already been informed by our company secretary. You are hence requested to keep your queries brief and in purview of company's operations. The queries will be answered once we listen to all the queries. The question and answer session now begins. Over to
Thank you,
हाँ जी,
Chairman, sir.
नमस्कार।
Our
एक
first
मिनट।
speaker shareholder is Santosh Kumar Saraf.
हाँ जी, एक मिनट।
Namaskar.
आदरणीय सभापति जी, उपस्थित सदस्यगण और मेरे शेयरहोल्डर भाई बहनों, सर्वप्रथम आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। आशा करता हूँ आप और आपकी फैमिली स्वस्थ और सुरक्षित होंगे। मैं एक तो उनके लिए संवेदना प्रकट करना चाहूंगा जो हमारे लव वंस है या हमारे कर्मचारी हैं, उनके लव वंस है जो कोविड में हमको छोड़ के चले गए। भगवान उनकी आत्मा को शांति प्रदान करे और उनके परिवार को हिम्मत दे, जिससे ये अपने दुख भरी घड़ी से नॉर्मल लाइफ में फिर से अपना समय बिता सके, जीवन बिता सके। एक मैं अपनी कंपनी सेक्रेटरी शैलजा मैडम को भी धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। उन्होंने मुझे स्पीकर के रूप में रखा, बहुत अच्छा। अब कहूंगा तो दुख इस बात का है कि अभी 2 दिन पहले 2 मीटिंग हुई थी मानेक्सा लिमिटेड की और स्टील की। वहां पर प्रदीप कुमार कंधार, अजय शर्मा थे, उन्होंने मुझे इस लायक नहीं समझा। होता तो शायद मेरी दुआ भी उनको मिल जाती, लेकिन उन्होंने समझा नहीं, पिछले बार भी नहीं समझा। तो इसके लिए मैं शैलजा मैडम को और अपने विवेक सिंह को भी धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा कि आप बहुत अच्छे हैं और आप इसी तरह आगे बढ़िए। मैं आपके साथ में हूँ। हमारा पूरा सर जी, आपने काफी अच्छा सुशील वो आपने डिटेल से बताया। तो प्रश्न तो कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी हम लोग स्पीकर हैं तो आधे से लाचार है, तो 1-2 प्रश्न आपसे कर ही लेते सर। कोई प्रश्न आपने अगर अपने डिटेल में बता दिया हो तब भी ठीक है, नहीं बताया तब भी ठीक है सर। एक तो सर अपने फ्यूचर में डाइवर्सिफाई करने का क्या प्रोग्राम है सर? आपने अभी कोटेड में है और काफी आपने बताया कि आप ये जो मच्छर के जो दवाइयां वो भी बनाते थे, लेकिन 2 साल से उसकी डिमांड कमती हो गई है। तो मैं चाहूंगा उसी सेक्टर के अंदर में कोई दूसरी चीज नहीं बना सकते? आजकल कई चीजें आने लग गई है, तो उसके ऊपर विचार कीजिए, क्योंकि ये डिमांड क्या है कि अभी लोग धुएं से दूर रहते हैं, तो धीरे धीरे इसकी डिमांड खत्म होने लग जाएगी। और अपने बल्ब भी आ गए, कोयल भी आ गए लाइट वाले, तो इससे क्या कि इसको ध्यान रखिए। और सर ये है कि अभी जो अपने प्रोडक्ट हैं उनके अंदर में क्या डाइवर्सिफाई कर सकते हैं, इस पर कोई रिसर्च करने की टीम बनाइए सर। अच्छे टेक्निक्स को लेके, जिसे अपने नई कोई ऐसे आइटम बनाए जिसके अपने लीडर बन सके सर। एक सर प्रेजेंट ऑर्डर बुक की क्या पोजीशन आपकी है अपने, उसके बारे में अगर आपके पास डिटेल हो तो जरूर बताइएगा सर। और न्यू प्रोडक्ट इस साल क्या लॉन्च कर रहे हैं या आगामी साल में क्या विचार है, किस पे रिसर्च चल रही है, वो भी बताने का कष्ट करिएगा सर। सर एक तो फैक्ट्री में जहां मैं एक बार गया था, वहां फैक्ट्री में के अंदर में रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग की क्या व्यवस्था आपने की है और अभी क्या कैपेसिटी है और फ्यूचर में क्या है करने का, वो भी बताने का कष्ट करिए सर। एक रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के बारे में बताइए सर कि अपनी जो फैक्ट्री की रूफटॉप है वहां पर सोलर पैनल या कोई जगह है विंड पावर या कोई दूसरी ग्रीन एनर्जी के बारे में, जिससे कि कार्बन न्यूट्रलिटी में अपने सहायता दे सके सर। एक से अगर सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के बारे में विचार करिएगा, उसके लिए क्या कदम उठा रहे हैं सर। मैं लोगों तो ये कहता हूँ जो पेट बोतल होती है, इसकी जगह ग्लास की बोतल अगर ऑफिस में यूज की जाए तो शायद अच्छी हाइजीनिक भी होगी और अच्छे भी होंगे सर। एक जमाने में पेट का नाम नहीं सुना था, हम लोग गिलास या तांबे के इसमें पानी पीते थे। तो क्या तो ग्लास अगर लगता है टूट जाएंगे तो तांबे का व्यवहार करिए सर, ये मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा सर। एक सर मैं आशा करता हूँ अपने यहाँ जितने भी कर्मचारी, कैजुअल कर्मचारी और जितने भी उनके परिवार है वो पूरे वैक्सीनेट हो चुके होंगे। नहीं हो तो उनको कहिए सर कि आप वैक्सीन करवा लीजिए। कि हमारे बंगाल में क्या है कि प्राइवेट में तुम दवाई वैक्सीन मिल जाती है, गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में नहीं मिलती, तो उसके लिए प्राइवेट में लेती जो भी खर्चा होगा वो कंपनी आपको दे देगी, जिससे 100%। मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ सर, अपने कर्मचारी जब काम करके तो घर लौटते हैं और घर वाले अगर उनको वैक्सीनेट नहीं होते हैं तो उनके अफेक्ट होने का चांसेस ज्यादा रहता है। सुशील जी इसके लिए ध्यान रखिएगा सर। और सर अपनी तो फैक्ट्री है, इसके पहले कंपनी की मीटिंग तो साहब ने जवाब दिया कि 3 डिसेबल महिलाएं हैं और 5 डिसेबल। मैं चाहूँगा ठीक है सर, लेकिन आप ये विचार किया कि आजकल वुमेन जो है ना कमजोर नहीं है सर, वजन उठाने में भी कमजोर नहीं है। 115 किलो तक वजन उठाया होना ओलंपिक में और सिल्वर मेडल इंडिया के लिए, गोल्ड मेडल सिल्वर मेडल लेके आए सर। और सर ये सब चीज में होशियार, मैं किसमें कहूँ आपको, कोई उनको अगर मान लीजिए ट्रीट करता है तो उसको भी जवाब देना उनको आता है। तो मैं चाहूंगा उनको आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा मौका दीजिए सर, और मौका देंगे तब हुनर दिखाएंगे ना। अगर हम मौका ही नहीं देंगे उनको, हम ये सोचेंगे लेडीज है फैक्ट्री में हम काम नहीं देंगे, है तो ऐसा सोचना नहीं सर। हाँ सिक्योरिटी देना अपना ड्यूटी है, लेकिन काम उनको करना है सर, तो इसका ध्यान रखिएगा सर। और ज्यादा मैं कुछ नहीं कहूंगा सर, आपने बहुत अच्छे से अपना ये मैंने विस्तार से बताया। और मैं केवल दुख इसीलिए प्रकार के कि आपकी दोनों कंपनी बहुत उन्नति करे भगवान। दुख इसी बात के आप ही के भाई हैं कि उन्होंने मुझे मौका नहीं दिया, बड़ा दुख हुआ सर। है मैं आशा करता था कि वो अपने क्या कहूँ 2-4 चमचों को मौका दिया है और फिर 1-2 मतलब जो है उनको देता, ऐसा नहीं सर। आपने जितने सुबह में जो दिया कि शेयर होल्डर को मौका दिया, दिल की बात सुनी, किसी अपने अपनी वाले जो मतलब फोर्स चीज को कहते हैं प्रोक्सी, किसी को मौका नहीं दिया सर। और शैलजा मैडम आपको नमस्कार, ऐसे आप आगे बढ़िए, हंसते रहिए, ये प्रार्थना है। और सर एक बार फिर आपके और आपके जितने भी है, सुनील बाबू भी उधर बैठे हुए हैं, वो भी शायद उस कंपनी में डायरेक्टर थे, तो उनके लिए मैंने एक चीज भाई कही है कि कम से कम हम लोग शेयर होल्डर आपकी शुभ चिंतक, आपके पिताजी भी हमको जानते हैं, सब जानते हैं कि आपके यहाँ कंपनी में जब नेशनल लाइब्रेरी में मीटिंग होती थी, एक तो वो मीटिंग एक एक दिन में 4-4, मैंने एडवाइस दी थी कि एक एक दिन में 4-4 मीटिंग करिए, 3 दिन 4 दिन डिवाइड मत करिए, लेकिन आज हम लोग अवॉइड करते हैं, बड़ा दुख होता है सर। जय हिंद जय भारत, आपकी लंबी उम्र की कामना करता हूँ। और सुनील बाबू को कहता हूँ कि कम से कम उनको कहिएगा नेक्स्ट ईयर में अगर फिजिकल वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग होती है तो इसका अगर ध्यान रखे। शैलजा मैडम धन्यवाद, आप लोग की लंबी उम्र की कामना करता हूँ, कंपनी की लंबी उम्र की कामना करता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ हम जितने डायरेक्टर जितने भी अधिकारी हैं उनका परिवार आने से ले 2021 में हैप्पीनेस, वेलनेस और प्रॉस्पर रहे और सेफ्टी के साथ व्यतीत करो। नमस्कार।
Thank you, Mr. Saraf. Our next speaker shareholder is Mr. Amit Kumar Banerjee.
Hello.
Mr. Banerjee?
Yes, please. May I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Banerjee, you are audible.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Respected Chairman, of the meeting. Goodness. Banerjee from the city of Kolkata. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak such a nice meeting organized by your company, Manekshaw Coated Metals and Industries Limited. It is our 11th annual meeting of the company. Our company's basic business is galvanized steel sheets, coils, etc. As regards the performance is concerned, as visible in the balance sheet and the review, it is very nice. Increased turnover, profitability is there, strong financial presentation, yes, significant growth as presented during the year under review. Total revenue increased about 448 crores of rupees. In comparison with the last year, it was only 248 crores. Net profit stood with a tune around 645 crores. Last year it was 487. It is an increased and improved result as presented to us. I thank the entire management team for giving us a very good performance and financial presentations during this year. Hello? I think I'm audible, sir. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Banerjee,
Hello?
you are audible. Mr. Banerjee, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And EPS also 0.98. Last year it was 0.74. Dividend is there. 0.03%. That means 3% at the rate of face value ₹1. In comparison with the profitability is concerned, the dividend is very poor, sir. Consider interim dividend. Sir, I'd like to know about what is your cost reduction program?
Yeah.
Future capex plan for forthcoming next 2 years. Kindly give a highlight on it. Sir, how much new customer you got during this year?
Thank you, sir.
An amount of incremental
I tried my best.
you made
Thank you.
during this year. Kindly share your views about foreign export business, how it runs, any steps for development in the matter. Sir, what is our debt reduction policy? Consider one planned visit. Our company, only for the those who are really interested and situation permits, kindly consider a planned visit so that we could see the necessary infrastructures and how the development is there on the plant. I hope under this management, our company will grow up in the near future, giving definitely a strategic move, overcoming certain risks, including COVID-19. The product, the quality, the services will be presented in the market more competitively, creating measures and come up with better result. Even the reward to the minority shareholders. Lastly, but not least, our company secretary, Mrs. Soilaja Gupta is sincere, definitely maintaining good relation to investors to resolve issues level best when, as and when we require. I also thank to all the team members for smooth conducting such a wonderful meeting today organized by your company through video conferencing meeting. Myself, Amit Kumar Banerjee, over to you, Mr. Chairman, for further proceedings. Namaskar.
Thank you, Mr. Banerjee. Our third speaker shareholder is Mr. Asit Kumar Pathak.
Am I audible, ma'am? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Pathak.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, Mr.
Hello?
Pathak, you are. Yes, Mr. Pathak, you are audible.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, respected Chairman, MD, Board of Directors, Company Secretary, fellow members joining at 11th AGM of Manekshaw Coated Metal and Industries Limited. My name is Asit Kumar Pathak from Damdam, Kolkata. At first, my esteemed gratitude to Company Secretary, Mrs. Soilaja Gupta, for sending me notice and annual report very well in advance and allow me to speak. I am totally gratitude for her also. Excellent financial performance. My previous speaker also mentioned details. EPS also 0.98 against 0.74 and profit after tax is 645.22 lakhs. Sir, also my view also dividend paying. What is your dividend paying rewarding system? Because the dividend is very low because every 100 share we get only ₹3. And sir, if possible, throw some highlight reason for non-revenue earned in financial year 21 Manekshaw International FJD. And also step taken positive financial performance JPS Snacks Private Limited. Financial year 21 incurred a loss of 60.78 lakh. Nice foreign exchange earning 135 crores 756 crores previous year. And expected foreign exchange earning in financial year 22, if possible, throw some highlight. Outgo also very reduced 15 crore against 34 crores. Sir, please throw some highlight about financial loss due to lockdown and suspended in operations due to pandemic. Regarding cost control, decarbonization, power conservation, cost optimization, step taken. Also optimization in logistic cost, raw material cost optimization. If throw some highlights. Investment in brand recognition, where we have brand Jingalo, Singham and Color Strong. Also sister concern Manekshaw Aluminium. Also financial performance today this meeting also respected chairman also stated various positive views. I noted those points. Also 70% export strategies, very good achievement, future achievement strategy. Sir, business diversification to outsource business, total revenue achieved in financial year 21 and any future perspectives for some highlights. Good promoter holding and sir, present market share of our color coded galvanized steel. If possible, throw some highlight. Good promoter holding 67.208%, all products value added downstream, color coated galvanized steel, oil seed forms, plain galvanized steels, and new cold rolling complex, most durable and most demanded market. So what key challenges my company is facing to more business perspectives and with rewarding good dividend with stakeholders. Also capital market appreciation. Before I conclude, excellent delivery from respected chairman, whole-time directors and other directors. I noted all these valuable points and praying to God, everybody good health and mind and enhance future financial performance by the leadership of our respected chairman. Thanking you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pathak. Since there are no more speaker shareholders, now I request our chairman to reply to the queries of shareholders. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shalija. I would like to express my thanks to our shareholders for their participation and keen interest in the affairs of the company, and also for their valuable suggestions and advice to the management. I would now reply to the queries. I think all our esteemed shareholders, they have raised very valuable queries and wonderful suggestions given by them. I would try to address and reply the queries of Mr. Saraf, who has asked for basically the diversification potential for our mosquito coil as well as the existing steel product portfolio. Over here, see, the steel in the steel segment, we are trying to basically make different varieties. As you all know, steel is a very vast sector, and there are many possibilities of manufacturing. Now, the same steel can't be used for all applications. Earlier we used to make galvanized steel and color coated only for construction industry. Now we have, with our continuous effort in the plant, the R&D and technical upgradation, we are now making different variety of galvanized steel and color coated steel, which are being used in automobile, in appliance sector, in other home segments, furnitures, doors, windows, and other various applications. So I think the same thing is for color coated. So this basically it's a continuous process. We will continue to basically expand our portfolio and increase our product diversification, product range. This is some kind of diversification where we would not be dependent on one sector. You have suggested very rightly that we should try to basically utilize the mosquito coil facility or the infrastructure for other products. We are looking into this. We are trying, as you very well know, that 1.5 years back, your company had started manufacturing ultramarine blue powder. This was a diversification from this FMCG product portfolio what we are manufacturing. Similarly, we are trying to look for other opportunities where we will definitely try to see wherever we have potential, we will try to expand our product portfolio in this. Regarding the order book situation, I am very happy to inform that our order book is very healthy. We are able to grab very good orders from export market. And now we are very hopeful that domestic market will also pick up starting from October and November. I think with the boost given by Government of India to the infrastructure and real estate, the demand should definitely pick up. And after the monsoon, normally the demand also picks up. So we are going to have a very healthy order book. You have also asked for next year potential, as Mr. Karan Agarwal and Mr. Lodhi has already, I think, highlighted in their speech. We are having excellent trend of growth. As you know, we have grown over 80% in the last fiscal year. And even this year, we have the similar trend. You can well imagine the potential. And steel industry, over here, sky is the limit. We can grow as much as possible. So for us, the next year looks to be extremely, extremely bright in terms of revenue growth, in terms of profitability growth. You have also suggested about water harvesting. We are working on this. As I think you have rightly pointed out, all companies should focus on to basically go for green energy as well as for water harvesting. We are looking into this. Very soon, companies planning to finalize the investment towards water harvesting as well as green energy. You have suggested about to basically avoid single-use plastics. We are hardly using any plastic material in our application. Only for packaging, I think a very small quantity of plastic we use in order to protect our material from rain and corrosion. We are looking into it. We are not using much of plastic. We know it is not very environmental friendly. Regarding vaccination, I'm very happy to say all our employees are fully vaccinated. And I think only some of them are, their second dose may be pending. But I can say with pride that most of our employees, everyone are vaccinated. Regarding women empowerment, I must compliment that you have touched upon a very good topic. I am very happy to say that our company is always giving a lot of support for women empowerment. You can yourself see our company secretary is a young woman. In our board of directors, we have one young woman director. Similarly, we have many women, many female capable working employees who are working in our offices. So we are trying to basically, and we understand the power of women empowerment. We will try further to basically utilize their capabilities. They are no less than anybody. Well, I think I have been able to answer most of your queries. If anything remains pending, you may contact directly to our company secretary. Now, regarding the second speaker, Mr. Amit Kumar Banerjee, I must thank him for his valuable suggestions and very pertinent queries he has raised. Now, he has given his comments about the poor dividend. And well, I can only say to all my dear shareholders that we have started with a humble beginning. See, all these years, because of the recession and the economy was suffering, there was a huge slowdown in the economy. We could not even declare anything. Now we have started with a humble beginning, and hopefully, I think future is very, very, very good. It looks very, very bright. We will definitely be thinking about the board would consider for giving better dividend in future. You have asked regarding the cost reduction program, and the same question has been asked by by your shareholders, other speakers. I can only say that this is an ongoing program. This is a continuous work. We have to work. We have to work on cost reduction. Now, there is a huge potential of cost reduction, which we have already done, and which is under our program in terms of energy saving. There is a huge potential to reduce cost for energy in terms of power or fuel, or in terms of manpower automation. We are trying to do more and more automation in our manufacturing units. Our latest ultramarine blue powder unit is absolutely ultra modern, where everything is completely automated. So we are trying to basically huge cost on the manpower over there. Thirdly, there's a huge, we have a program to reduce our cost on financial costs, like interest and all other things. We are working very aggressively on that. So your company is very aggressively working in all fields to reduce the costs. You have asked regarding export business. You have seen our growth in the last fiscal year, where from practically 10% of our exports in the previous years, we have jumped to 30%. And in the current fiscal year, we have achieved exports to the tune of about 80%, because domestic market was quite subdued. Our total marketing team was focused on exports. So export is our main foray, and we are going to basically export over 50% in the current fiscal year. You have also highlighted about debt reduction policy. We are working aggressively on this. As you know very well, that company is growing very fast. We are growing our revenues to the extent of 80% in the last fiscal year. Even this year, we have a similar trend. You can well understand that with this kind of growth, we will certainly need more working capital. However, we are working very hard to reduce the debts in the near future, and gradually, with our internal approvals, we are going to reduce the debts. Well, you have also requested for plant visit. I can only say that in the pandemic period, I think everyone should avoid any visits which are not compulsory, which are not important. In the future, we will see if it is possible for any plant visit for our dear shareholders. Now, I think I've been able to answer most of your queries, Mr. Banerjee. In case anything is pending, you may contact the company secretary. We'll be very happy to answer and reply all your queries. Now, the third speaker was Mr. Asit Kumar Pathak. Mr. Pathak, you have given very nice suggestions. Well, I have already spoken about the dividend policy. I think I need not to further again repeat the same. You have asked regarding the subsidiaries. Well, these subsidiaries are very small, and due to in the pandemic time, last 2 years, these businesses were badly affected due to the nature of the business. And one of our subsidiary, Manaksha International, due to pandemic time, and to avoid risk, we have minimized the business. Maybe in future, in case we find potential, we can again review, and we can again increase our businesses over there. You have also asked regarding projected export earnings. Well, I have already said that this year so far we have done up to 80% of our turnover was exports. Now for the entire current financial year, I can only say that we are foreseeing that our total exports are going to be over 50% of our turnover. So there is huge potential. We are going, and your company is going to earn very handsome export earnings. Now, you have also asked for any financial losses due to COVID-19. Yes, I think no one was spared in the COVID-19. The pandemic has not left anybody. I think everyone, be himself or his family or her family, were affected directly or indirectly. Even our company was affected during the peak pandemic period in say last year. There was complete lockdown everywhere. Practically for 1.5 to 2 months, our operations were badly affected. And personally, I would say that God has been very kind. None of our employees or their families or anyone were severely affected. I think everyone had some family were affected, but they're all cured. So I think we have been, I would say that God was very kind to us. You have also asked for cost control optimization. I have already highlighted that it's an ongoing program. We are working on all segments, be it energy, or be it manpower, be it financial cost, be it operational cost, or be it overheads. We are working aggressively to reduce our cost. Now, you have also highlighted about brand recognition. Well, as we have 2-3 brands in our portfolio. All the brands are well recognized in the Western market, in the Western India segment, where these brands are quite popular in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and other states. We are also aggressively marketing our brand in Southern India, especially in Kerala market. Now, we are not spending much on brands at the moment because our focus is to basically, we are able to sell our products, our capacity would be sold out. I think future we can invest in the brand more to really take advantage of the branding. Maybe I think next financial year, when we are going to increase our capacities further, we shall work on branding. You have also highlighted about the market share. Well, I can only say that steel market is an ocean, and we are working as a drop in the ocean. So the huge potential. I think it's only you'll be very happy to know that there's a huge potential for our growth. Currently our market share is very negligible, and in case we are able to grab little market share, your company can grow in multifold. So I think market share, I think we should not look at the market share today. We have to only see what is the potential. So I can only say potential is huge, and there's a huge potential of growth. We can grow, and your company can do much better, and will do much better in the next coming years. I think I've been able to answer most of the queries. In case if anything is left out, you may please contact the company secretary. I will be very happy to answer. I think there are other speakers who could not join, and I think they would be also having similar queries. If they have anything more to know, they can always contact our company secretary. Well, I think I have been able to cover all their queries, and now I would like to inform you that those members who are present in the meeting through and have not casted their vote on the resolutions earlier through remote e-voting can vote through e-voting system during the continuance of this meeting. The e-voting platform will remain open for 15 minutes post conclusion of this meeting. The company has appointed Mr. Asit Kumar Labh from Messrs. AK Labh and Company, the company secretaries and scrutinizer for the AGM, to scrutinize e-voting in fair and transparent manner. The consolidated results of e-voting along with scrutinizer's report on the resolutions contained in the notice would be declared within 48 hours from the conclusion of this AGM, and will also be available on the website of the company and the website of NSDL, and the same shall also be submitted to the stock exchanges where the shares of the company are listed within the stipulated time. The shareholders can also view the scrutinizer's report at the official website of the National Stock Exchange of India Limited and BSE Limited. Further, the results will also be placed on the notice board of the company at the registered office. Now, I would like to express my gratitude to all our shareholders for attending the annual general meeting and actively participating in the meeting. I pray for safety of all our members and for their families during the tough time. My good wishes for upcoming festive season on behalf of your company. Here we conclude our 11th annual general meeting through VC or OAVM means. Thank you. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Now I request Ms. Gargi Singh, Independent Director of the company, to give vote of thanks to the chair.
Hello everyone, I, Gargi Singh, Independent Women Director of the company, would like to wish you a very good evening to one and all gathered here for the 11th Annual General Meeting of the Manashkia Coated and Industries Limited. Firstly, I want to convey my special thanks to all our shareholders for your undaunted support or faith in the company. This would not have been possible without you. Thanks for joining us. And I would also like to offer my heartfelt gratitude to the chairman, Shri Sushil Agarwal sir, for presiding the chair and for presiding over the meeting and chairing the session, and for your steady hand in the company affairs and the performances. We would also continue to repose our faith on your wise counsel and for the leadership required for fulfilling our dreams. A big thanks to the management team for their combined and concerted efforts towards the progress of the company, and a company wishes you a very happy Durga Puja or Diwali in advance. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Hopes to meet you next year. Be safe and thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.